Did you guys ever think cartoons were real people?
Never, not even for a moment.
No, not even when you were really young?
Yeah, when I was young, yeah, definitely did. I used to think video games were real more than cartoons, though. I don't think I ever thought cartoons were real.
I don't know if I ever, like, truly believed they were real. I just kind of, like, hoped.
Yeah.
I thought they were real until I was like 6 or 7. My dad told me they were real. He purposefully taught me that they were real.
Go over how that works. Like, you thought SpongeBob was like fucking kicking around and
SpongeBob wasn't out yet. He told me the Simpsons were real, and I said, "Can we visit them?" And he said yes. Like after a while, and I waited months. And I was like, "Dad, can we go visit them now?" And he was like, "No, they're not real." And I was like, "What? What do you mean?" he lied. Like, he told me they were real, like Santa Claus, and I believed it.
The greatest scam of all time.
Is this true at all?
This is 100% true. I swear. I swear.
You were waiting for weeks to meet the Simpsons?
Months to meet the Simpsons. Who did you want to talk to the most of the Simpsons?
Bart. I wanted to skateboard and stuff.
So what, you?
You big fucking bitch. That's it.
Yeah, I wanted to meet Bart. I wanted to hang out with Homer. He seemed cool. Wanted to pet Santa's little helper.
So wait, how excited were you for this, and how often did you like bring it up?
I was very excited, but I brought it up like twice. The first time I was like, Dad, are the Simpsons real? I was like, yeah. He said something like, they're really nice, and I was like, you know them? Like, yeah, I know them. And then, like, can we visit them? Yeah, we can visit them. Just like wait a while.
How often did you think about that, though? Not even how often did you bring it, but how often did you like think about the fact that the Simpsons? That must have changed your whole life.
I mean, I thought, like, after that, every time I watched cartoons, I was just like, wow, they're all real. Like, I watched Scooby-Doo. But no, yeah, I don't think I thought about it a lot. I just remembered one day I was like, oh yeah, we were supposed to visit the Simpsons. Dad, are we still gonna visit?
If I was told by a parent that the Simpsons were real, I would think about that like daily, I think.
Life was better back then.
I didn't have to think about the Simpsons to soothe my pain.
Anything was possible. I remember there was a really like brief 2 years where remember when GTA 4 came out?
Yeah.
I played it on like my CRT and I was like, this looks real. And then we got our first HD TV and I was like, I can't fucking wait to see how this looks. And it looked horrible. And I was like, wow, I hate HD TVs. These suck. And I hated them for like 2 whole years.
I had exactly the same experience. And also your parents are my parents.
Is that
you guys
real?
are brothers.
Yeah.
And you're attached by the feet.
We don't look the same. You're Puerto Rican or something.
Yeah. Well,
you're different to me.
We're really, really long congenital twins.
We're not the same, dude.
Okay, keep telling yourself that.
Look at this little fucking grammar tape at the time. I stole the first 10 minutes of the Mario movie and wrote it as an essay in school.
What?
Did I ever tell you about
Did you get an A+? No, tell like how?
Oh, I was in like primary school, so I was like 11. But the teacher was like, write a fictional essay, and I just wrote down the first 10 minutes of the Mario movie.
Jesus. How did it end?
It didn't. I got as far as the baby hatching. Oh no, I got as far as I wrote down like, it's raining. A woman runs through the rain. It's that kind of shit. One of the first viruses I ever got was a fucking naked lady would appear on screen spreading her pussy and try to connect to a server to buy something, and it would come up every 10 minutes.
Did you get Bonzi Buddy? Nope. I had Bonzi Buddy.
Did you really?
I actually got Bonzi Buddy as a kid. Like, I think I downloaded
you
all
thought
of
it
those.
was fun, like, or,
yes.
or because you knew,
because
like,
I liked clickable. What were they? Clickmates or something?
Desktop buddies.
Yeah, like desktop buddies.
I had one of those.
I loved the idea of those when I was a little kid because I'm a baby and I was entertained by simple things. So I fell for Bonzi Buddy. I got Comet Cursor. I remember. What else did I get? I downloaded so many of those.
So, is Bonzi Buddy just considered a virus?
Yeah, because it would mail out personal information
really?
to their servers. And it would ask you for it all the time, too.
Whoa. I never really heard of it until recently.
But,
it's a little purple monkey, right?
Yeah.
Here.
I was using the internet since, like, 1996. So that was not a good point to let a small child on the internet when everything was very easy to exploit.
I'm trying to remember which one I had. I had a desktop buddy, but I can't remember what it was.
I had a turkey, and you could cut its head off.
I had something that walked around the screen. It was the fucking Bloodhound Gang. It was the fucking little monkeys from that video.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and that was a virus.
Was it?
Yeah, I remember it fucked up my computer really bad.
Was it official?
I don't think so.
Did they sing the song?
I forget.
Oh my god.
They'd say sex baby, then they point to the corner and a pop-up ad appears and they make it.
I had a game called Warning Forever that was free and I loved it, but every time I installed it, it fucked up every computer I ever installed it on. But I still liked it so much that I kept doing it.
I mean, I remember doing... The thing was, I had family who were paranoid about viruses, so I had... My favorite game for the PC when I was younger was Windows 3D Movie Maker. I loved the shit out of 3D Movie Maker. I play it all the time. I had Nickelodeon 3D Movie Maker too. And what ended up happening was that it crashed one time just because things would crash all the time.
Yeah.
Because Windows is unstable. And the error message popped up, and my mom saw it, and she freaked out, saying, "Is that a virus? Is that a virus?" And she ended up throwing the disc out of the game.
God.
She thought it infected the PC.
Oh.
Turns out it was because she downloaded a theme for Valentine's Day that had a virus attached to it.
I hate it when parents do stupid shit that they think doesn't matter, but really does. Like I remember when my mom gave away my Sega Genesis.
My mom used to do that all the time.
And I got home.
She would blame me.
I got home and I was like, "Where's my Sega?" And
I'm
she's
sure
like,
everybody that was in our
Yes.
age group at that time, that probably happened.
Probably had most of your possessions thrown out and everything.
No, but she was like, "I traded your Genesis for some toys." I'm like, I fucking love my Genesis. And the toys she traded it for was 2 Mighty Max figure sets.
Oh my god.
That's what she gave away a Genesis for. She had no fucking idea.
Did she
and
not remember how much she spent on the Genesis?
apparently not. And the guy who she gave it to was like, "Dude, your mom's the best." And I was like, "Yeah, fuck you, asshole. You tricked my mom."
I just remember friends also like lending each other games and everything, and I fell for that.
Yeah.
Where they steal your games and never give them back.
Oh man, I remember a kid.
I got back at somebody for that though.
I lent.
I should tell that story.
I did
it
too.
would give a lot of people.
I remember a guy scratched up
satisfaction.
one of my games, so I stole one of his games and just snapped it in 2 because I didn't like the game, but he did.
What, like immediately in front of him?
No, not in front of him. I stole it and just did it, and I left it in the ditch somewhere.
In a ditch.
You should have let him see it.
He never knew that I
Or
did
like
it.
email him anonymously.
I was a little passive aggressive bitch about it. I was like 8 or something though.
Makes you miss your Grandia 2 copy.
I never felt good about the whole stealing thing though, because I remember the one time I was tempted to do it was that a kid had crazy bones, and he insisted one of them was really rare, even though no, they fucking weren't.
Yeah.
It's crazy bones.
I think the only thing I ever stole besides that was like a Kinects piece. And I felt so guilty. I ran back to the guy's house and I slipped it back into his thing.
That was the same thing that happened, was that he brought over a Pokemon thing, and he left it under something. I was like, "Oh, well, I'll keep it.
Yeah.
It'll be like stealing it, and I'll have it."
No,
But he freaked out and was like crying and everything. Like, "Where is it?" I felt so fucking bad. I snuck it back into the room so he could find it. And I was just like, "Okay, just take it, please. I can't do this."
No, yeah, stealing ain't good.
The most I ever stole was my friend's Pokemon, and he said I could earlier, but I just stole his Game Boy from his backpack while he was in detention. Then he got really mad because I did it without his permission, and I felt so bad I never stole again in my life.
Some people just literally don't have a conscience.
You know how schools do those things where, like, oh, we don't want to, we have to raise money by having kids sell candy bars, and I brought back one of the boxes that we were supposed to sell, and I just ate all the candy bars.
Oh really?
It was really like I was really ashamed of it too. And my mom was like really mad. She was like, "I have to fucking pay for all this now because you didn't fucking sell the candy bars."
You want to hear something I did when I was in school?
Yeah, what happened?
I went on a holiday with my parents. We went to Las Vegas when I was like 12. And I bought a tiny little gift shop thing where it's a little slot machine that when you pull back on the thing, it shocks you.
Oh.
Right? I brought it home.
Oh, I think you told this one before.
Well, go on. I don't remember it.
But I went into school and I got my business teacher to pull it. He pulled it and he fell on the ground and he looked up at me really angry and red-faced and he threw it back at me and he didn't say anything and he walked away. And then I did it to my, I think she was my business teacher, but she was teaching me religion at the time. But anyway, she did it and then she laughed super hard and then instantly she stopped laughing and she was like, You've got detention for a week. You're in big trouble. I'm taking this. And it was right after she was laughing hysterically, so it scared the shit out of me. And then I asked her, could I have it back at the end of the day, and she said, okay.
Did he get in trouble for throwing it at you?
No, I shocked the teacher.
Oh,
I should have been in trouble.
That's true, you did shock a teacher.
I don't know why he didn't.
It can't be like an actual electrical.
Yeah,
shock.
that's what.
It wasn't an actual electrical
Like it's
shock.
one of those things that just.
I thought
like,
it was like a little
buzzes.
minor thing, like a little buzz.
No, it fucking hurt, and I did, it was no. Everyone I did it to was like, fucking hell, that's bad. I did it to my grandpa, and he was like, but that was because he used to grab electric fences
Yeah,
to
he
climb over
used to
them.
being electrocuted.
Yeah, no, it's true. He really was.
He
climb
welcomes
over.
the sweet embrace of death.
My grandpa's hands were like fucking hobbit feet. They
He
were
grabbed
super
it and just
leathery,
never
he-
let go. Said, "Yes, thank you, Christopher."
But yeah, so that teacher fell on his ass and he was fucking pissed. I told you about the teacher who said I threw a nail in her eyeball, right? I did tell you that, didn't I?
Christopher threw it in a straight arc and it went directly into my eye.
I must have told you that story, no?
I don't know. You didn't tell us that one.
Oh, well, okay. One time, I was...
Is that what she said? She caught it in her eye?
No, it was the most bizarre thing. I think this teacher got fired shortly after. She was just a crazy bitch, but she was my art teacher in St. Peter's, and she was this big stupid bitch. It was the end of the day. Last class was art. I stood up, put my chair on my table like I was supposed to, put my bag on my back, said not a word, staring into space. But suddenly, this big monstrously fat bitch turns around, looks me in the eye, slaps herself in the eyeball, keeps her hand on her face, points at me and says, "You threw a nail in my eye!" And I was like, "What?" And she's like, "You! Detention!" And I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" She was like, "You threw a nail in my eye!" And I was like, "No, I didn't. What are you talking about? I was just standing here." She's like, "Detention!" And I was like, "Okay." And then I walked outside and my mom was parked there and I got into the car just completely dumbfounded and she's like, "What's your problem?" Like, I just got detention and my mom goes, "Oh, for fuck's sake, Chris. What the fuck did you do this time?" Like, I didn't do anything. The teacher said I threw a nail in her eyeball. I don't know what the fuck she's talking about. My mom's like, "Oh, would you ever shut the fuck up?" And I'm like, "What? I didn't do anything." And I'm like, "Mom, I swear to God, I didn't do anything. She just said I threw a nail in her eyeball. What sense does that make? I didn't even have a nail to begin with." My mom's like, "So if I go in and talk to her, you're telling me she's like lying?" I'm like, "Yes." My mom's like, "For fuck's sake." She gets out of the car, slams the door. She's really pissed off at me. Walks inside, and I'm just waiting in the car for 10 minutes. Then my mom comes back out, sits down dumbfounded. She's like, "She's a fucking crazy bitch." I'm like, "Thank you." And then it turns out she just didn't even mark me down for detention. She just forgot. She was just crazy.
That's the worst like lie you could come up with.
She was just crazy. I don't know what the fuck her problem was. She got fired after we went on school tour. I think the last thing I ever said to her was, "I like your stupid sunglasses." Detention! The one time in my life my computer crashed and I lost everything on the hard drive, I had a cartoon I made that was about two stick figures playing Guitar Hero and they lived together. And it was the worst cartoon I ever made in my life.
Yeah.
And I was going to release it that week and then my hard drive failed horribly and I couldn't recover it. But I'm so thankful that it got deleted because it would have been the worst thing I ever put online. It would have embarrassed me to this day.
Really?
It was just these two fucking loser stick men who thought they were really like, I thought it was the coolest, funniest shit ever. It was just them playing Guitar Hero and being really good at it.
What if it was your best video ever?
dick.
And it
definitely was not.
What if it garnered more attention than Gangnam Style?
I'm sure it would have gotten like 200,000 views and daily second on Newgrounds.
What
or
if it
some
got
shit.
200 million views and it was like the most viewed video all the time and it was always cited as your best creation?
Okay, that would have been cool, but it wouldn't have happened.
Yeah, well,
I mean, you don't know.
Chris, you don't
Never
know.
came out.
Yeah, it got wiped off the face of the
I
earth.
didn't even have a name for it.
Stickman playing Guitar Hero. Epic walls.
Guitar Hero Bros. Fuck yes.
Lulz ensue. Real.
You fucking idiot.
Lulz ensue. I used to love that. Hilarity ensues. It was in like every Newgrounds description.
Yeah.
That is a good one, honestly. I'm still not sick of that to this day.
Like stupid 1 and ugly 2 go into the city. Hilarity ensues.
I actually think I've used hilarity ensues one of my things before.
Everyone should put that in every fucking description for the rest of the time.
I used to, when I made videos, we had this like meme with our group, which is kind of gay to think, but with like bum tumblers, we had parentheses laugh. It was like a reference to like an anime. because like anytime he laughed, it said parentheses laugh, and he
funny.
actually said parentheses laugh.
Did he really?
Yeah, which made it even funnier. So we used to just say parentheses laugh all the time, which was just like to someone else we just seemed like lunatics, but
That's funny.
it was like a funny reference at the time.
I remember I got in like a ton of trouble because like one of my friends was like, dude, I typed in nakedladies.com and I saw naked ladies and I thought that was so funny. And then I like told my parents about it at dinner and they screamed at me. I will say the first time I ever saw hentai, I thought it was like just completely a joke. Like I saw this image of like Misty sucking Ash's dick and I thought it was the funniest fucking thing.
It is pretty funny if you think about it.
And you're saying this was before you comprehended what sex was?
I wouldn't say it wasn't that I comprehended what sex was. I just didn't understand like the appeal of looking at that like from a genuine sexual perspective.
So you just thought it was someone making a joke.
Yeah, I thought it was someone making a joke where it's like, wouldn't it be funny if Misty sucked Ash's cock? And I was like, yeah, it would be funny.
The funniest fucking thought. Did I ever tell you my mom accidentally bought me hentai when I was like 13 or 12?
Are you talking about that anime movie that Tomar loves?
Or it's a Kadoji?
Yeah.
When did I say I loved it? I haven't even seen it.
You said it makes me grin ear to ear.
I definitely didn't say that.
No, it is really funny, that movie, because the dub is ridiculous. But my mom bought that for me because it had a big cool monster on the cover, and she was like, Chris loves big cool monsters.
Did she ever find out about that?
Nah, but I think they watch every few videos on here, so she'll find out now.
One day she'll realize the mistake that she made.
I love you, Mom.
We know you didn't mean it.
I know
Would she be good humored if like you told her that, or would she get mad? Okay.
By now, I'd imagine she would be.
I don't think she knows what hentai is.
I remember my favorite thing to do in the daycare center was sign up for the computer area and then hold a magnet to the monitor and destroy the monitor. Me and my shit have friends.
That is all you need to know about you as a human being. Is that as a baby, basically, what you loved, what you spared, your hobbies were destruction and ruining other people's fun.
Fucking hold a magnet to the street. And then, no shit, I swear to God, blame it on the retarded kid. There's a retarded kid named Victor. I'll be like, Victor did it.
That is
he
hitting
drooled
for
off
the
the fucking computer screen and broke it.
That's incredible. That's hitting for the Mullen cycle, dude. That's doing everything.
Yeah.
Trolling, vandalism, blaming the retarded,
bullying. There was this kid, Matt, and he was obsessed with Titanic, and then he built a tent in the corner of the room.
What do you mean on the retarded?
Yeah.
What? Fucking poor kid.
I mean, they knew it was me.
Yeah.
But fuck. So this kid Matt built a tent in the corner of the room out of like blankets and shit, and he like propped it up, and then he brought this girl who was like 3 years younger than him into the tent.
No.
And I guess they were playing Titanic in there.
Oh no!
And this one kid
drew her like one of his French girls.
This one kid he peeked his head in there, and then he comes out looking like a ghost. And I don't know what the fuck happened, but he goes, he was like, oh. He like looked shocked, and me and my friends were just watching this happen. He goes up and tells the teacher, like this, the counselor John, he says something to him, and John's like, drops everything and does that like walk where he's, speeding up
with
the entire time. Yeah. Just the variable speed of him like fucking increasing. How is he at that tent in like 3 seconds, and he looks in there, and then he just rips that fucking kid out of the I don't know what the fuck he was doing there.
Oh no.
But he ripped that kid out of there. So I'm assuming he was like, molesting that girl or something.
Jesus, dude.
That's hilarious. Just like in Titanic.
Yeah, I know. And
I was really hoping for a wholesome turn.
No. It doesn't make what I was doing with the computer sound so bad now, does it? I was just learning how magnets work. It must suck to be molested.
Oh yeah, for
sure. It's definitely something I wouldn't know anything about.
Did you get molested?
No, not really. An older neighborhood kid.
I thought that kid in your neighborhood.
Sort of, yeah. But is that like really molestation?
What happened again?
An older neighborhood kid was like, "Let me suck your dick." Yeah,
and he did suck your dick.
Yeah.
Nah, shut up.
No, yeah.
I guess that counts. That counts. Yeah, you've told me this before.
It counts.
Yeah.
And 100%
Well, no, it's because it's like he was getting molested. I feel like that's stolen valor. That's like if a guy came back from Iraq and punched me in the face, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm a veteran."
You just sound like when they found out Vito was sucking the security guard's dick, and not he was getting his dick sucked by the security guard.
No, that's you did get molested, but it is
You got molested.
It is the softest kind of
It was a
rape.
kid that was like maybe 3 years older. It's not
Okay.
like, you know. I mean, he probably got molested. He was being molested.
By you?
No, not by me.
Oh, by somebody else?
Yeah, I was just like, oh, this is kind of weird. Like, it never fucked me up. 'Cause I was just
but you were like,
really-
it was pretty.
The most well-adjusted person I've ever met in my life.
He's lived a normal life.
Nick saying it never fucked him up getting his dick sucked when he was 12 by another guy.
After you talk about after you talk about like the 3 years you spent drinking a 30 and playing Call of Duty.
Everything's going
Every
exactly to
single
plan.
day.
This is the most. This is the best your life is going. It's the most you're depressed.
Yeah.
If some guy started sucking your dick and just fucking make
Well,
play
how about
video
this?
games,
I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Oh hell yeah.
My mom like worked with this lady, and like I would have to hang out with her son sometimes, and he was like a dick. He was just fucking mean to everyone, bullied everyone. But when it wasn't directed at you, it was the funniest shit in the world.
Yeah.
And I may have told this story already, but there was one time we were in his basement, and his like sister had this like, I guess it was like a fucking antique dollhouse that kind of like opens up, you know? And he had a crowbar, and I don't know how he started.
I remember the story. It's awesome.
He's like, oh no, what's going on in this room? Smashing out all the
Did he go to jail?
Probably.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. I mean, that was like, I didn't see that guy after I turned like fucking 10, but the mental image of that guy destroying, and I'm like, I can't inhale. I'm laughing too hard that my fucking larynx is seized. While he destroys, you know, because you know what's coming is an hour later his sister going down there to play with the dolls.
Oh my god, that's so mean.
Scream. She realizes what he did, and then she shows their mom, and then you just hear her like screaming his name, and he goes, "What?" What? God!
I was playing with it.
I don't even know. Ask her. She fucking probably did it. Oh, fuck. A classic.
Destruction of property.
Yeah, just punching down as hard as you can. Just fucking punching down like you're driving Excalibur into the stone. Fixing comedy.
With that guy. Let's get him a fucking special, dude.
Dude, I would watch that. I would watch a show that's just a bad kid that fucking just hurts people's feelings.
Honestly, I would love to watch
Just,
it.
it's called Bad Kid.
Yeah, just an 8-year-old with emotional problems.
Yeah.
It's like pulling
You're
the fire
fucking
alarm.
ugly.
Just fucking like, raising his hand in 3rd grade, and the teacher calling on him, being like, "I heard you got raped over the weekend." I walked past the teacher's lounge, and I heard that you were raped on your date. And the teacher's just like, glory, a single tear going down her face. That's not appropriate, Derek.
Derek, go to the office, please.
Derek, go to the office.
Stop telling me I got raped, please. Derek, every weekend you tell me.
Okay, I'm going to go to the office, but I'm going to be laughing about you being raped in there. just the shittiest kid.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is a show called Shitty Kid.
Shitty Kid is a great show.
Oh, fuck.
Did your husband break off the engagement because you're fat?
Your husband left you because you're fat. If we're cutting and pasting, are you gonna cut your wrists and eat pastries because you're fat and your husband left you? I'm just asking. Yeah, that would be a perfect show.
It would be.
Did you ever
no plot? Nothing happens.
It's a reality.
It's that one kid from Summer Heights High.
Jonah?
None of the other characters.
Yeah, his dad never comes back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, another good one would just be to have just a class of just killers, of just like these horrible kids, and a different substitute teacher every week.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
Mm-hmm.
God damn.
Did you guys ever see a teacher cry?
Yeah.
Yeah, all the time. Multiple times in school.
One time, my brothers went to a shittier middle school than I did. They weren't smart enough to get into the only good middle school in Baltimore. There was like you had to test out of the public schools.
It was a
or else
magnet
they were,
school?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There were 3 okay schools. One was really good.
It's just that your parents didn't tell you that it was the only school with a cafeteria that could accommodate you. Your son qualifies for as a disabled person because of his weight.
Dude, honestly, I would have loved to get chosen to the school with the best cafeteria.
Yeah.
Our cafeteria wasn't even that good. Anyway, it was like the school was fucking like a bad school. Like the one kid got stabbed for his Charizard when people were still doing like Pokemon cards and shit. And one of the teachers was pregnant, and there was like 2 girls fighting, and she was like, "All right, stop." And one girl like got pushed into her stomach, and the teacher she was pregnant. The teacher just knocked her out cold. She just straight uppercutted a 6th grader.
Defense mechanism.
It was awesome.
You can't help
dude.
it.
Such a good story.
The limbic system in action. The parasympathetic nerves.
Oh yeah, I got a limb for
innervate
ya.
the systems.
Oh
I
yeah.
got something very
Look,
limbic.
there's a parasympathetic nervous system, and nobody knows what this thing does. You know, you put your hand on a stove, and next thing you know, me and Barack used to talk about it all the time. Remember Pogs? You used to be able to collect them, but if you didn't have enough, they'd send you to jail. And I was one of the first guys that said that we should only be arresting the black kids. Vice President Biden, do you have a? Can you answer the question, please? Oh yeah, it's Monday. No, it's Thursday. But
That was not the question.
The question was about the deficit.
I had a teacher in like 9th grade, Spanish teacher.